What's going on YouTube? Username Kite562 here with another episode for you all of Tentacle Tales of Terror. Now, this is episode 44, and the title of the story is He by H.P. Lovecraft. So, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content on this channel. I'm your host, Kite, so sit back and relax and listen to a review of He by H.P. Lovecraft on this June 11th of 2024 on a Tuesday at 4 p.m. So let's get on with the plot. A man takes a trip to New York City to find the place more unsettling than inspiring, it seems. Even when the protagonist meets an old man, things just become more unpleasant from there. And so for the first notable quote, and again, I'll leave a link to the book that I cite from in the top right of this audio recording, but for the first notable quote, I had found instead only a sense of horror and oppression which threatened to master, paralyze, and annihilate me. He, page 355. So, for the first side note that I written, the story feels more like a tale of Lovecraft's feelings from moving from Providence, Rhode Island to New York City after he got married to his wife Sonia Green, with an E at the end. That's the vibe I got going for me here as a whole. And so for the second side note, this also seems to be a detailed experience from culture shock from Mr. Lovecraft's perspective when he visited New York City for the first time. It's interesting to see what anxiety did to a person along with culture shock in these times. I mean, think about it. With all the oppression of different people, and it was just all sorts of messed up in one way or another. And I have to say, for the second notable quote, so instead the poems that I had hoped for, there came only a shuddering blackness and ineffable loneliness, and I saw at last the fearful truth which to no one had ever dared to breathe before, the unwhisperable secret of secrets, the fact that this city of stone and stridor is not a sentient preparation of old New York, as London is of old London, and Paris of old Paris, but that it is in fact quite dead, its sprawling body imperfectly embalmed and infested with queer animate things, which have nothing to do with it as it was in life. He, page 356. And so for the third side note that I wrote down, so I'm assuming here the protagonist is imagining the worst possible scenarios from a simple chain of scenery, which is very fascinating for the concept of a story. The pages from 357 to 364 were very memorable for me, so I suggest you all go read it, please. It's a really wonderful story. So, with the introduction of the mysterious old man being the protagonist, and for my final thoughts, a solid horror story and a little deep dive as Mr. Lovecraft took in the sights of New York City. A peaceful journey turned into a sudden nightmare, it seems, when one is introduced to new and unfamiliar surroundings. And that's my little audio review of He by H.P. Lovecraft. So be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content on this channel. I'm your host, Kite562 of Kite562 Books and Manga Reviews, signing out. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, everybody. Later.